And then the third type of man that you should not marry is a man who is a sinner, a man who is rebellious to Allah, because if he oppresses himself when it comes to the rights of Allah, then sister, he will oppress you. He will oppress you. Does that make sense? And I think that one's pretty straightforward. You marry a man, he cannot even do things small like keep his trousers above his ankle. Sisters, these are small things, you know. To keep his trousers above his ankle is not a big thing. He can't even do something like that. For him to keep trousers above his ankle is easier than being patient with you. And wallahi, that's true. Ask any man who's married. Ask any woman who's married. They'll tell you marriage is hard. To be patient with your spouse is hard. It's very hard. I mean, the Prophet ﷺ said that the woman is made from the rib, and the rib is bent. If you try to straighten her too tough, she'll break. But if you leave her, she'll remain bent. What does it mean? When the Prophet said the woman is made from the rib and it's bent, it's crooked. The scholars, they explain, they said because sometimes women, it's referring to their tongue. The tongue is crooked. Sometimes women say things and they don't mean, and it will hurt, will cause pain. A woman will look at a man and she'll say, a man worked his whole life, but one time he done something to upset her, she'll say, you never showed me any love. That's painful. For a man to be patient now and to understand, this is a woman. And then with a woman, she has hormones. I'm just being real with you, it's practical stuff now. Men don't have hormonal changes like women. Like if you study a woman's menstrual cycle, you'll say every other day, if not every day, her hormones are being affected. On every day or every other day of her cycle, she is different. She's being influenced by her hormonal changes. Like in a man, he doesn't have these changes the way a woman does. But for him to be patient with her and to understand and to cater to her sensitivities when she's feeling a bit emotional. And then to suddenly, from her being emotional, to jump back to being positive and happy with her suddenly when her what? When her hormones change again. I mean, it's very hard. Some men will look at that and think, Allah al-Musta'an, is this normal? But it is. But for a man to be patient throughout that, you need a man who's been patient of the commands of Allah. Because the commands of Allah, some of them are not hard, nowhere near as hard as compared to what is required from you in marriage. So sisters, have a man of righteousness. Assalamu alaikum. If you're watching this video, then it's probably because you're looking to get married. And from my experience, in this day and age, if you're looking to get married, you're probably struggling to find a person who's actually on deen and struggling to do it in a way that's halal. So we thought, you know what, let's create an alternative. We got a thing called Sunnah Match, which is an online matchmaking service that helps you, with Allah's permission, find the right one in the right way. Does that make sense? Alhamdulillah, people have already been matched since we launched last month. Alhamdulillah, we had over 40 plus matches. People have been married from this program before as well, and we only open it up every now and again to allow the database to grow. So right now we're open for the next few days, then registration will be closed. You want to make sure you don't miss out, so click on the link below ASAP, and hopefully we can get the show on the road and helping you find the right one in the right way. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.